Deborah Rodriguez. Israel is ordering more than 1 million people to leave northern Gaza within 24 hours.
This evacuation is for your own safety. You will be able to return to Gaza City only when another announcement permitting it is made.
Jonathan Conricus with Israel Defense Forces. CBS's Pamela Falk.
The UN response in what appears to be a warning before a ground offensive by Israel was that such a move would be impossible without devastating humanitarian consequences.
At a meeting in Jordan today, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas told Secretary of State Blinken his people reject what he calls forced displacement. UNICEF says 447 children in Gaza have been killed. The overall death toll on both sides in the war is now more than 2,800. Eyal Waldman's 24-year-old daughter Danielle.
Don't stitch us at all. It's okay. We hope that you have a great Friday.
For the short term, we need to resolve this thing, maybe not in a peaceful way. And we need to show force, and we need to be strong.
Republicans in Washington have a meeting scheduled for late this morning to come up with a new plan to pick a House Speaker. Steve Scalise dropped out last night after failing to round up enough votes to make it past lawmakers in the full House.
We still need to get a Speaker. And I'm going to continue to push as hard as we can to make that happen as quickly as it has to happen. But it wasn't going to happen.
He blames his demise on defections in his own party. New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez has been hit with new charges of lobbying on behalf of Egyptian officials in exchange for hundreds of thousands of dollars in gold and other bribes. CBS's Robert Legari.
The superseding indictment filed in federal district court in New York charges Menendez with one count of conspiracy for a public official to act as an agent of a foreign principal, that is the Egyptian government and its officials. Federal law prohibits Menendez as a public official from serving as a foreign agent.
Oklahoma's top jurist is recommending a Lincoln County judge be removed from the bench after she and a bailiff exchanged hundreds of text messages during a murder trial. Court filings say they made fun of lawyers, jurors, witnesses, and prosecutors over their looks. It may have gotten the library cop on Seinfeld hot under the collar.
I took this book out in 1971. That was my first year on the job. Bad year for libraries.
But a book almost 90 years overdue has been peacefully returned to a public library north of New York City. A woman in Virginia found a copy of 1925's Youth and two other stories in her stepfather's belongings and mailed it back. Late fee, just $5. This is CBS News.
If you need to hire, you need Indeed, because Indeed's all-in-one hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
An original Isley brother has died at the age of 84.
You know you make me wanna.
The biggest hit for the Isley brothers was Shout. Released in 1959 and still a constant at weddings and sporting events, Rudolph Isley co-wrote the song. His brother Ronald confirmed his death, saying in a statement, "There are no words to express my feelings and the love I have for my brother." Rudolph Isley also co-wrote It's Your Thing, which won the group a Grammy in 1970. The band was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1992. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Novo Nordisk is warning people to watch out for fake weight loss drugs online. The drug maker reporting a surge in counterfeit versions of its hugely popular drug Wegovy and its diabetes drug Ozempic, which also doubles as an antidote for dieters. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
October 15th. Don't miss the big Saturday night concert featuring Riley Wilson and Jerome Godwin, finalists for The Voice. Sunday is the last day, so join us for our final day of fair food and fun. Alabama National Fair.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, if people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is Medishare. Maybe when switching to Medishare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month. And that is huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for Medishare is double that of a typical health insurance plan. Double. Medishare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and huge nationwide PPO networks. So yeah, well, you can save a ton, make it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
It's time to experience the difference when it comes to buying tires. No pressure sales.
You make me wanna shop. Come on now, shop. Come on now, shop.
Strive to always recommend the best value tires for your car or truck. At Chico's Auto Pros, safety, performance, and budget come together to make up the best straightforward tire recommendation for you. Stop in today and tell our team you want to talk tires, and we'll do just that. Shop Chico's Auto Pros.
Hey folks, this is Kathy Wolf from American Oak & More. This is your special invitation to our biggest sale of the year. For a limited time, get up to 50% off the top tax products, everything in American Oak & More's inventories and special orders. Plus, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's up to 50% off a living room, dining room, bedroom, home office, and outdoor. Plus, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Hurry, still in soon. Includes mattresses, accessories, and coaches.
Hey y'all, I'm Cody. Kansas. Cole. We'd like to say thank you. Thank you everyone for voting us number one man school in the 2023 Fantasy Football Vote. Never stopped us in the past. I'll come to the end, but that doesn't mean you have to have the right time to come through your life. Has stopped us in the past. I'll come back to you. I'm going to be a great night. Thank you again.
It's time for the biggest tractor sale of the season at SunSouth. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, SunSouth has a John Deere tractor.
You.
Oh,
yeah. I know it doesn't have much class to it. You know, just a job done now.
Just a job.
Yes, exactly.
3 series, and even 5 series. You've been hauling your buddy's tractor.
And you know, if the security bureau ever want to know who put this in the door, it'll never get back to me. There's no identity market. That's right.
Don't miss Sean Hannity. Biden incoherently appears live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Don't you know what to do?
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows fall is the perfect time for outdoor projects. Right now, you can keep your yard looking its best and save. Take care of leaves with leaf blowers starting at just $80.
Waking up to overcast conditions and some reduced visibility when the air temperature and dew point are so close together. The atmosphere is saturated, and after all that wet weather, all surfaces are wet, so fog definitely developing as we head throughout the morning. Give yourself a little bit of extra time in that commute. No real organized rain chance, a few sprinkles. It kind of feels like it's misting for a lot of the day, but I do think we do stay overcast with some peaks of sunshine. Highs near 70 later this afternoon.
And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven, on News Radio 1440.
Morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Friday the 13th kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate systems moving into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville. You keep listening, we'll keep you posted. High school students get a jump start on your college career with dual enrollment at Trenton State. Trenton State, today's college for tomorrow's world. Buckle up, front and back, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Judd Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Friday. Overseas, the death toll continues to rise in Israel. It started when Palestinian Hamas militants Open Fire Music Festival last week, and that led to an all-out duel with Israel. Thousands are dead now on each side, and the White House confirms at least 27 Americans are dead, and an unknown number are being held hostage. If you get Social Security, your benefits will increase 2.2% next year. The Social Security Administration says the average recipient will get about $50 more per month. About 71 million people, including retirees, disabled people, and children, get Social Security benefits. In sports, the Atlanta Braves season came to an end last night in Philadelphia. The Phillies beat the Braves 3-1, knocking Atlanta out of the playoffs. We are gearing up for Week 8 of Friday Night Football Fever. Our game of the week this week is Trinity at St. James, both teams undefeated in region play. All your highlights tonight.
Thank you, my Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less and people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of a typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and huge nationwide PPO networks. So yeah, really, you can save a ton, like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get priced within 2 minutes. So see what you can say. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
For most of my adult life, but I also know that it is possible to drink less or quit, and medication can help. Naltrexone is a safe, effective medication that makes it easier to cut back or quit drinking, so you don't have to rely on willpower alone. I started to make access to Naltrexone convenient and private to help people like me regain control over alcohol.
If you're ready to stop drinking or just drink less, text BACK to 323232 to get a secure link to ORHAB's private online assessment. Our licensed medical professionals will evaluate your assessment, and if medication is right for you, prescribe it online. We'll deliver your prescription right to your door. No doctor's office visits required. Text the word BACK to 323232 to get started today. That's BACK to 323232.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Penny Earning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations for commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing enough turning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earn at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. You need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear, I will be here.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. For it is once again, you're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that'll change your perspective, or at least give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. It is October the 13th, believe it or not, 2023. The today's daily bread is simply entitled Yielding to Trust. Our scripture insight today comes from Isaiah 26, 1 through 4. Isaiah 26 and 4 reads, Trust in the Lord forever. Govern yourselves accordingly. Good morning. And again, it is October the 13th. It is a day, or 2023. It is a day that has never been, and once it's gone, it is a day that will never ever come again. You don't get a chance to summon it from the past. You don't get a chance to come back and undo all the things that you do this day. You certainly don't get a chance to come back to do the things that you should have done this day, but didn't. But whatever it is that you do with this day, October the 13th, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you be proud of what you have done with this day. If you've been around a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed, given the grace, charity, and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, whatever you do, when you can, while you can, until you can't, reach back every once in a while and give somebody else a helping hand. Visualizer Maid said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say, if that is the standard by which you live your life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a few things, we all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say, give out if you must, rest if you can. But you never, ever, ever quit. You never give up. Because quitters will never win. And while winners may fail at a thing or two, they never quit. My mother said that all you have to do is put one foot in front of the other. Keep moving. And no matter what happens on this day, no matter what it is still a great day to be alive. Good morning to you. Yielding to trust. That's our daily bread for this morning, October the 13th, 2023. We'll be back, hopefully.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading, titled Yielding to Trust, was written by Patricia Rabin. Opening the blinds one winter morning, I faced a shocking sight, a wall of fog. Freezing fog, the weather forecaster called it. Rare for our location, this fog came with an even bigger surprise, a later forecast for blue skies and sunshine in 1 hour. Impossible, I told my husband. We can barely see 1 foot ahead. But sure enough, in less than an hour, the fog had faded, the sky yielding to a sunny, clear blue. Standing at a window, I pondered my level of trust when I can only see fog in life. I asked my husband, do I only trust God for what I can already see? When King Uzziah died and some corrupt rulers came to power in Judah, Isaiah asked a similar question. Whom can we trust? God responded by giving Isaiah a vision so remarkable that it convinced the prophet that he can be trusted in the present for better days ahead. As Isaiah praised in Isaiah chapter 26, verse 3, you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. The prophet added, "Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord Himself, is the rock eternal." When our minds are fixed on God, we can trust Him even during foggy and confusing times. We might not see it clearly now, but if we trust God, we can be assured His help is on the way. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Isaiah chapter 26, verses 1 through 4. In that day, this song will be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city. God makes salvation its walls and ramparts. Open the gates that the righteous nation may enter, the nation that keeps faith. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you. Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord Himself, is the rock eternal. Let's pray. Lord, the world looks foggy and confusing today, so help us fix our mind on you, in whom we can forever trust. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Joyce Dinkins, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Time to rise and shine this morning. Okay? So let's get it done. It's Friday.
All the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne, every day, we run to the sun, no sweat, not yet,
Down in the mess hall on my knees. Time to rise and shine, people.
nothing to eat but a can of beans.
Nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad.
It was molded and the meat was bad.
You know darn well that you can't eat that.
You know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go.
Here we go. Time to rise, shine. Get up. You're wasting daylight. Okay, the daylight's on the way, hopefully. Oh, the way. When I was young, always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, easing the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight.
All the way.
Exhilarating.
All the way.
It's a great day to be a paratrooper. Owen was still a paratrooper.
Driving on. Early one morning in the drizzling rain.
Well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light lead with a cheering blow. Come on now. All the way. All righty then. Okay, no PT today. It's Friday. I got some extra stuff to give today, so no PT. Okay, but we do have to honor our armed forces of these United States of America: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force. Haven't figured out what to do yet, but they're part of the family. But right now they're stepchildren. Okay, we don't really know if they got what it takes to get the job done. We'll see. That was Trump's idea, wasn't it? Yeah, Space Force. Okay. Now that's one of his ideas I had to question, but that's okay. We'll see how it all works out. And good morning to the local heroes, Montgomery Fire Department, Montgomery Sanitation Department. Good morning, guys. Montgomery Police Department, the Sheriff Department, and I miss anybody? Oh, good morning to His Honor the Mayor, Stephen L. Reed. Good morning. So y'all think I'm kissing up, right? Come on. Come on. You believe that? Okay, it's true. Anyway, keep moving. Now, I didn't go to the book signing the other day. I'm writing my own book. I'm tired of reading about people. Somebody need to read about me. I wonder did they put a slot in there for me in the book. Okay, then I would have bought it. Yeah, we'll see. And good morning to Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. After all, this is an Air Force town, and so we have to pay homage and show some respect to the Maxwell and Gunner. I mean, besides that, they put the air in airborne. So I spent a lot of times on those birds out there. But I'm still looking for a C-141 to be parked at Maxwell Air Force Base one more time so I can gaze my eyes upon it. Got a lot of memories in that bird. I know, old school. And a C-130 and a C-123, C-5A. I don't even think they make C-5A anymore. Do they? Anybody know? I think they got a C-17 now, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe they got a C-5B now. I don't know. Their motto is Semper Fidelis. But they couldn't pronounce that. So they cut it short to Semper Fi. Whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it means the same thing. Always, always faithful. Good morning, jarheads. Time to rise and shine. Even the old jarheads. No, it's not a picture book, okay? I'm just saying. And good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, listen, I hope this stuff wakes you up early in the morning. I mean, if you don't wake up after all of this, and you may go in front of the mirror and check it out and make sure you're still breathing. Okay, I'm just saying, because this is motivating stuff first thing in the morning. Coming up next, TD Jakes. It's Friday. I got to give you the good stuff Friday. And it's how many words does it take to tell your story? Well, TD tells us about a fantastic author. Was it Ernest Hemingway? I think it was Hemingway. Who they bet him $10 back in the day. Now that's when $10 was like $300 now. They bet him. They bet him he couldn't tell a story in 6 words. Well, Hemingway, who was a prolific author and a man who mastered the lexicon of our language, well, he did it. He told people. Matter of fact, it was so prolific that if you go to AI, the new modern day communicated tool, and ask it to tell a story in 6 words, they use Ernest Hemingway's saying. But anyway, you'll get to that as soon as we come back. And it's called 6 words, and it'll make you think about life and things. And at the end of it all, maybe 6 words is all you need. We'll be back.
First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by AC by Luquire. AC by Luquire is celebrating 40 years of comfort. They've proudly serviced the river region since 1983. Contact them for your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Visit acbyluquire.com for a list of services and offers today. That's acbyluquire.com. License number 84417.
Waking up to overcast conditions and some reduced visibility when the air temperature and dew point are so close together. The atmosphere is saturated, and after all that wet weather, all surfaces are wet, so fog definitely developing as we head throughout the morning. Give yourself
What
a little
wet
bit of extra
weather?
time in that commute. No real organized rain chance, a few sprinkles, and kind of feels like it's misting for a lot of the day, but I do think we just stay overcast with some peaks of sunshine and highs near 70 later this afternoon. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. So far, so good. Nice and lucky this Friday 13th. No major problems or accidents. Nothing's been reported by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. Looking at your traffic flow maps, everything's moving smoothly. You keep listening and we'll keep you posted. Fall is here and the Festival Plaza has it all. Enjoy a movie at the AMC Festival Plaza Theater, then eat at the Bubbly Hen. All this and more at Festival Plaza, Taylor and Vaughn, a Collier's managed development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
League of Legends is finally cracking down on their super team problem. Within the European League, there's been one main competitive disparity: teams who can pay any price for players and teams who can't. Riot Games is finally fixing this by enforcing a salary cap for the upcoming season. With all teams following a salary cap, competition should be much more balanced for the foreseeable future.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $1 million plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-549-TERM. 866-549-TERM. 866-549-TERM.
Keep me to the eye.
Find mechanic near me.
Right here, ma'am. How can I help?
Wow, no mechanic near me? Really?
What? I'm right here. Ma'am, we're a local mechanic, literally right down
Over
the street.
here, over there,
but hey, they got
we will
Hello, can
something,
you see us?
and those
Because your
kick-ons
business
go
is very deep
rolling
in the list of local
along.
results and is, well, basically invisible. Get a boost with Cumulus Boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month. And that is huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
It's the 70th Alabama National Fair now through October 15th. Don't miss the big Saturday night concert featuring Riley Wilson and Jerome Godwin, finalists for The Voice. Sunday is the last day, so join us for our final day of fair food and fun.
The Alabama National Fair.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Place with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Food additives can harm children's development and raise the risk of obesity. To lower the risks, choose fresh fruits and vegetables when you can and avoid processed meats. Don't put plastic in the microwave because heat can cause chemicals to leak into your food. When cooking or serving hot foods, use glass or ceramic dishes. For more on keeping your child healthy, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Ernest Hemingway, who was a prolific author and writer, who knew the power of words. Ernest Hemingway made a bet with a group of authors over lunch. And this bet that Ernest Hemingway made with these authors over lunch has become an anecdote about his life. They bet Ernest Hemingway $10 that he could not write a short story in 6 words. They bet Ernest Hemingway $10 that he could not write a short story in 6 words. And Hemingway took the bet because he was a genius when it came to making words count. He took the bet and he took a napkin and scribbled these 6 words on the napkin that are a powerful story. Here's the 6 words that Ernest Hemingway wrote a short story in 6 words. The words are for sale, baby shoes never worn. That's a powerful, powerful story. Everybody in here this morning got a 6-word story. Here's another story that somebody might have. There has been a terrible accident. Six words. There has been a terrible accident. Six words. Here's my 6-word story. I'm leaving. The marriage is over. Here's somebody else's story. Your position is no longer needed. Here's somebody else's story. I just want to be friends. Here's somebody else's story. The cancer isn't responding to treatment. Six words. Here's somebody else's story. You are not able to conceive. That's somebody else's story. Here's the last story. Here's a rose off the casket. 6 words. Did I say it was over? No, it's not. Because God has 6 words. 6 words. That's the point of this whole sermon. God will not waste your pain. God will not waste your pain. God will not waste your pain. But I said, are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. God will not waste your pain. Cry in the midnight, but weeping will endure for a night. But joy will come in the morning. Let them fire you on your job. No weapon sown against me will be able to prosper. Let your enemies think they have the upper hand. Greater is he that is in me he that is in the world. But God will not waste your pain. Go through whatever you got to go through. Cry as long as you think you need to cry. But then pick yourself up, take a bath, put some clothes on, come back to church on Sunday morning and said, I thought I'd never stop crying. But the Lord dried my tears. I thought I'd never laugh again. But here I am in the house of God, testifying that if you trust and never doubt, he will surely bring you out. Somebody got a story that I just mentioned a moment ago.
You know what I've noticed about God's trials? He hardly ever tells you this is a trial, and if you hold out for 6 months, you'll be through. And some of us get to 5 months and 29 days, and we give up. We didn't know we only had one more day. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. There's no precedent in the Bible for giving up. God determines how long the test will last, not we. Never give up. You cannot bypass endurance. You know whom I'm speaking to at the moment? Me. You cannot bypass endurance and enter into the promises of God. You can come so far. The completeness is only through endurance. And just when it seems impossible to hold on, that's the time to hold on. Don't give in. I would like to say that to several of you individually. You're in the test. You're doing all right. Just hang in there. Don't back out. Don't give up. God is faithful. I've been asked sometimes if I had a message to leave for posterity, what would it be? I always say I can give it to you in 3 words. God is faithful. God is faithful.
God will not waste your pain. God will not waste your pain. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. God will not waste your pain. Cry in the midnight, but weeping will endure for a night. But joy will come in the morning. Everybody here has a 6-word story. But thank God, that's just one chapter. God has not written the end of the book. Because when you look in the back of the book, there are some answers in the back of the book. If you don't know how things are going to turn out in your life, the answer is in the back of the book. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth passed away. And our John saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven like a bride dressed up for her husband. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. There shall be no more sorrow or crying, no more pain or death, for the former things are passed away. Behold, we see through a glass darkly, but one day face to face, I will know even as also I am known.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was one of my better ones at 6:45 in the morning. 6 words. Good morning to everybody. Hope that they find you well. I am confused. Not confused. I am conflicted this morning about the Israeli thing over there. It's kind of, but we'll get to that later on if we have time for it. It's kind of conflicting. But right now, it's time for a word of the day and lessons of life. Lessons of life, the things we learn by living. There's no exception. There are some things you have to live a little while in order to be able to learn. And so, but the word of the day, I've heard this word mentioned many times, especially in the South. And until some years ago, I mean some years ago, I never really knew what the word meant. But after a while, I figured it out. And I think Martin Luther King used this word in one of his speeches when he did the Washington D.C. speech, saying America has written a check, but with no funds, and it came back not paid. But there is a word that's vestige, vestige. What does that word mean? Because now you're gonna figure out what it means. Okay, vestige, vestige. It means a trace, a mark, or visible sign left by something lost or vanished. In other words, when it's like a footprint of sorts. The person's not there, but the footprint is there, and so that's a vestige. I mean, it's a trace. It is a mark or a visible sign left by something that is no longer there, and at least supposedly it's no longer there. So that's what, and you'll hear people say, well, the vestiges of segregation or the vestiges of racism or those things in the past. Yeah, we know it's we see the effects of supposedly what is no longer there. Although, thank God, we may not be where some people want us to be, but we're certainly not where we were. But there will be vestiges because it was incorporated into the fabric of America, like many other things that are just uniquely American. So there will be vestiges of your past. You'll get mad for a second, and you're like, whoa, I'm a new guy now. Okay, so yeah, I'm just saying. So vestige, vestige. Okay, like your teacher, Mr. Johnson. It looked like that this paper had an A on it. There seems to be a vestige of an A. Yeah, I changed it. Now it's B. Oh, okay. See, the problem with vestiges is that they let you know that something else was there. I'm just saying. So, good morning. Now, what is the lesson of life today? The lesson of life today is an interesting one. It's an interesting one. It's falling. Well, it's not about. As a matter of fact, they on Rocky, they use this. He didn't exactly put it this way, but this is the way we redid it, and it comes up to be the same thing. It is not about how many times you fall down. There is no strength in falling. None. You don't get nothing from falling except hit your head on the ground or something like that. You don't get nothing from falling. But where the strength comes from, it's getting up every time you fall and keep getting up. And you'll notice, Like in some of the military training that they give these guys, they would make them do push up after push up. Every time you messed up, you had to do a push up. Now the guy doing the push ups said, "What?" But here's what he comes to find out: because he did so many push ups, guess what? He's a lot stronger now than he started. The strength comes from getting up, pushing up the ground every time you fall. We're all going to fall. We're all going to fail at something. Okay, nobody's perfect. No matter what some of the guys you see at the gym think there was a time they couldn't lift the weight that they're lifting now. Like my son, my son lifts weights. Okay, and so I walk in the gym one day and he showed me the weights he picks up. I'm thinking, ain't nobody can pick that up. So I roll over there to pick it up, but it didn't exactly work in my hands like it worked in his, because he'd done it a million times, and therefore he was stronger than me in doing it, and he was that's where the strength comes from, and that is pushing, getting up off the ground every time you fall down, and you keep getting up. And sometimes it takes a couple of knockdowns in life in order to get you on a straight and narrow path. Trust me, they never quit. Okay? They keep coming, and keep coming until you become perfect. Since we don't have to worry about that, okay, you won't ever be perfect. I'm just saying, you might want to think about that. So it's not about how many times you fail. It is about how many times you get up every time you do. Okay? Keep getting up, and you'll keep getting stronger. And you'll learn something every time that it happens. Good morning to you. It is October the 13th. It is the 286th day of this year. Okay? The United States Navy had its origins in the Continental Congress and ordered the construction of a naval fleet in 1775. 1792, the cornerstone of the Executive Mansion, later known as the White House, was laid by George Washington during a ceremony in the District of Columbia. Okay? District of Columbia. Wait a minute. All right, what's so urgent this morning? That's what I thought. Another thing. Okay then. 1845, Texas voters ratified a state constitution. There's some folks in south of Texas don't think it belongs to the United States yet. I ain't mad at it. That's just where it goes. 1943. Italy declared war on Germany, its one-time Axis partner. The year was 1944. During World War II, American troops entered Germany. I think it's Aachen, Germany. In 1960, on this day, John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon held their third televised debate of their presidential campaign. Nixon was in Los Angeles. Kennedy was in New York. In 1962, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? That's right, by Edward Albee, opened on Broadway. The year was 1972. The Uruguayan chartered flight carrying 45 people crashed in the Andes. Survivors resorted to, this is going to be kind of tough. Survivors resorted to feeding off the remains of some of the dead in order to stay alive until they were rescued some 2 months later. That had to be a tough one. In 1974, longtime television host Ed Sullivan died at the age of 73. 1981, voters in Egypt participated in a referendum to elect Vice President Hosni Mubarak, the new president, 1 week after the assassination of Anwar Sadat. In 1999, the Senate rejected the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty with 48 senators voting in favor and 51 against. It fell short of the 67 needed for ratification. In 2003, the UN Security Council approved a resolution expanding the NATO-led peacekeeping force in Afghanistan. In 2010, rescuers in Chile, using a missile-like escape capsule, pulled 33 men one by one to fresh air after freedom 69 days after they were trapped in a collapsed mine half a mile underground. Okay, there's a lot of work I'd be willing to do, but going underground is not one of them. Okay, unless I can see a clear way out. That's one job I don't think I'd do. 14 years ago, the United Nations Security Council voted unanimously to extend the UN peacekeeping mission in Haiti for a year. Singer Al Martino, who played crooner and Johnny Fontaine in The Godfather and The Godfather 3, passed in Springfield, Pennsylvania, 6 days after turning 82. And it was 9 years ago, President Barack Obama huddled with some of his senior national security aides and the top administration health officials for the latest assessment of the government's response to Ebola in the aftermath of a Dallas nurse contracting the disease. Frenchman Jean Talmel, or whatever close to it, was announced as the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize for Economics. I don't know why the hell anybody gets a Nobel Peace Prize in economics, because nobody figured it out yet. Okay, nobody figured it out. I guess it's a theory to be broached. 5 years ago, President Donald John Trump welcomed American pastor Andrew Brunson to the Oval Office, celebrating his release from nearly 2 years of confinement in Turkey. Crews and dogs went door to door in the ruins of Mexico Beach, Florida, looking for additional victims and survivors of Hurricane Michael. A Turkish newspaper reported that the Turkish officials had an audio recording of the killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, okay, inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. And those are some of the things that happened on this day. What are we celebrating today? Well, we're celebrating Disaster Day. Hopefully you won't see one in your lifetime, but if it does, we need to have a plan. Don't know what that plan is right now, but we need to have one, because you won't be able to get on the internet. You won't be able to, you won't be able to turn on the lights. So y'all need to, you folks ought to, everybody who lives in this country who's never seen hardship, really hardship, you should be thankful to God in heaven that you were born in this country. And don't know how long we're going to keep it, because we got leadership that put us in a lot of harm's way. But anyway, English Language Day. English is being the language of the widest lexicon is spoken by nearly 2 billion people around the world. International Civility for the Girl Child Day. Let us end all kinds of discrimination based on gender on this day. I'm all for that. Hey, I'm all. Okay, I'm good. International Day of Failure. Failure is not something to be afraid of. Failure is your teacher. Learn something from it. All right. International Skeptics Day. That sounds like me. Skepticism is good in moderation. But today, go ahead and question some of your beliefs. It's a good day to question some of the things you believe. And those are just some of the things that are going on this day. All right? So anyway, I've got to see what's going on in the rest of the world. All right? So be cool, stay in school. That's right. Your failure can be your friend, depending on how you work it. We'll be back after this.
News update on News Radio 1440.
one of the Bruce Shapiro Show on Third on 95.1 HB3 FM 100. Curious radio station. US World News Radio. I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Another top U.S. official is pledging support for Israel and its 7-day war with Hamas. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin arrived there today.
Peace and security for the freedom must condemn and isolate from all.
He denies reports that he impending ahead of this fabulous invasion. The United Nations is urging Israel to rescind the order for all Palestinians to leave northern Gaza within 24 hours. Correspondent NTS Thailand evacuates or else. Northern Gaza has been pounded with legacy by Swedish strikes, which is the entire neighborhood to rubble. Every morning, we wake up to killings and death, this resident says. We don't know where to go. We don't know where safe. UNICEF says 447 children are among the dead in Gaza. The overall death toll in the war has topped 2,800. We call the Muslim nations for mass protests after Friday prayers today over Israel's bombing campaign in Gaza. No confirmation of a tie-in, but French anti-terror officials are investigating after police said a man armed with a knife killed a teacher and wounded 2 others at a high school about 100 miles north of Paris. Officials say a former student has been arrested. An officer on the scene says he shouted, "God is great," in Arabic. Officials in Hawaii have released 911 calls made by people trying to escape the deadly Maui wildfires.
You need to leave, yeah? Is everybody out of the house? Yes, the people are outside of. If you are not safe, you gotta find some way to get to the ocean.
She's in traffic in the community. Many couldn't get out because of blocked roads. At least 93 people died. More than 2,000 homes were destroyed. In Washington, the process of choosing a new House Speaker begins anew after Republicans Joyce Scalise failed to secure enough support for full House approval. Correspondent Scott McFarland.
When U.S. House Republicans meet in the morning, they not only have to see if somebody can win the 217 votes needed to be the new House Speaker, they have to overcome something more fundamental, a frustration and anger and exhaustion that has developed through this whole process.
No one's come forward yet to claim Wednesday night's $1.76 billion Powerball prize, but the liquor store owner who sold the winning ticket north of LA says, "And that's the $1 million ticket. That's the community here. Andy Khalil says he'll use some of his to make $1 million for his children's college education fund." This is CBS News.
You need to hire? Indeed is with you every step of the way. Helping you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Finding great candidates to hire be like, well, trying to find the needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
A check-in on a climate pattern that can affect weather around the world. El Nino officially arrived in June. At the time, scientists anticipated that the phenomenon would likely continue into the latter part this year. Now the National Weather Service says there's an 80% chance that El Nino would persist in the northern hemisphere's spring season and until May of next year. There's also a high probability that El Nino will become stronger than usual as it finishes out its current run, which could mean its mark on winter temperatures as well as rain and snow patterns around the world may be more evident. Matt, CBS News. Please, moving on. Milano's becoming the first player to hit multiple homers in consecutive postseason games on TBS. He leads the Bills to a 3-1 for the Braves and into the team's second straight National League
Trevor Rodriguez.
Baseball is so boring. All right then. Okay, that's not what we want to do. That's not what we want to do. Okay. Okay. There's a difference in coffee. I don't really like coffee, but I will drink it every once in a while. There's a difference in coffee. Folgers, and I went to the store that they got some of their brand coffee, and I'm not going to name the store because it's a different opinion of mine, but not the same thing. Not the same thing at all. Kind of like cheese. Cheese. There's a difference. You got to read the package on cheese before you buy cheese. Some cheese will say cheese food, okay, rather than cheese, okay. There's a difference because the cheese food is like imitation cheese. Because if it's cheese, we already know that it's food. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You might want to think about that when you go from now on and buy stuff. Sometimes cheap ain't good and good ain't cheap most of the time. There's one thing I do on Friday that I tell you things that you may not know, and then we'll get on the other things. But this is some things that you may not know. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you. Did you know? All right, it's Friday. I got to do this on Friday. It's a new feature of the show, and also in the future, like newspapers will will newspapers will allow you to write editorial, to send in an editorial. Well, what I'm going to do in starting next week, somebody to do it, I will give you up to 15 minutes. It'll be your audio editorial about anything that you want to talk about, as long as you don't use that word. Okay? So it's like an audio editorial. So I want 15 minutes and for you to talk about your subject. Whatever it is bothering you, whichever on your mind, we don't care. Just can't use that like that, other than that. And you can't disparage people, but you can talk about an idea. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, and all you have to do is just call in. Text me, and I'll give you the editorial line. Okay? That way you don't have to try to call in anybody else if you want to do that. Now, for all those folks who like to have long that, okay, I'm going to give you. Okay? But if you don't have enough to talk about, make sure you got enough to talk about. Because if you don't, I will dump you. Anyway, so, good morning. Now, things that you probably don't know. Then I'll get into my spirit. It is impossible for anybody to lick their own elbow. Yeah, I know. Somebody wants to try it right now. You can't do it. You just can't do it. Okay? And here's something else you don't know. A crocodile cannot stick its tongue out. You know, and you say to yourself, well, why is this important? Here's one. All you shrimp people who like eating shrimp, well, a shrimp's heart is in its head. So you eat the shrimp's heart, okay, every time you eat a shrimp, okay? So everything is in his head. It is physically impossible for pigs to look upward into the sky. Did y'all know that? I know you didn't know. That's what I'm telling you. It is physically impossible for pigs to look upward in the sky. Okay? I don't know. What was the other? If you sneeze too hard, now you could actually fracture a rib. Okay, I'm just letting you know that. And wearing headphones for just an hour could increase the bacteria in your ear by 700 times. Really? Now, in the course of an average lifetime, while sleeping, I hate to tell you guys this, but in the course of an average lifetime, while you're asleep, you might eat around 70 assorted insects, 10 spiders, or more. You know that funny taste you get in your mouth when you wake up? Well, that's because you digested something you probably shouldn't have. Okay? Some lipsticks, that's right. So while the women, I want you the women to remember, some lipsticks, okay, have fish scales in them. Hey, don't ask me why. That is just the way it is. Okay? And lipsticks contain fish scales. I don't know why. Now, this is one of those insignificant facts that nobody should care about, but I just thought I'd say since it was on my list. Cat urine glows under a black light. I don't know who took the time to figure that out, to make that happen. I don't know, but somebody did. Now, like fingerprints, everyone's tongue print is different. I can understand that. So from now on, if you're a crook, we're gonna make when you get to jail, we're just gonna make you put your tongue on a piece of paper, and rather than your hand. Okay. Now, this is for school teachers and other people like myself who getting them. Rubber bands, if you want them to last longer, you need to put them in the refrigerator. Okay, try that. Let me know that. Okay. Oh, here's one that I know you guys don't know this one. Do you know there are 293 ways to make change for a dollar? I got you. I'm just saying. Yeah, think about that for a second. 293 ways to change your dollar. Okay? I'm just saying. An average person's left hand does 56% of the typing when using the proper position on the hands on the keyboard. Hunting and pecking does not count. Okay? A shark, okay, is the only known fish that can blink with both eyes. Okay. Well, you better hope he blinks when he's coming after you. So we miss you. All right. But is this all going on? Yeah. Okay. Oh no, that ain't good. Now, the longest syllable word in the English language, okay, are okay, strengthen, scratch, and some suggest that squirreled could be included. But squirrel is intended to be pronounced in two syllables. You don't know what that is? Blank. That's where it goes. Now, drift, D-R-E-N-T, D-R-E-A-N-T, drift, is the only English word that ends in the letters M-T. Mike Tango. Dreamt, D-R-E-A-M-T, is the only English word that ends in the letters M-T. Yeah, I think that was it. Almonds are a member of the peach family, not the nut family. Maine is the only state, that's right, that has a one-syllable name. All the other states have more. Okay, Alaska, Alabama, California, yeah, but Maine is the only state that has a one-syllable name. There are only 4 words in the English language which end in D-O-U-S. Mm-hmm. Now, what you're saying to yourself, what were you talking about? I got something for you. Okay? This is what it is. There's only 4 words in the English language that end with D-O-U-S. And they are, okay, you ready to know what the words are? Mm-hmm. They are horrendous, stupendous, and hazardous. Okay? Only words that end with D, and only 4 words that end with D-O-U-S. Los Angeles. We never pronounce Los Angeles full name. No. Because Los Angeles full name is El Pueblo de Mostela, Sonora, La Reina de Los Angeles de Porcina. It's a Cuba. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure that I didn't pronounce that last one right. But somebody who speaks Spanish will tell me, oh, Los Angeles got a long name. Okay. We just cut it short in America to Los Angeles, and then we did better, and then we just call it LA. A cat has 32 muscles in each eye, each ear, excuse me. And here's one. An ostrich eye is bigger than its brain. Oh, yeah. Tigers have striped skin, not just striped fur. Okay? Just thought I'd let you know. And one more. The characters of Bert and Ernie on Sesame Street were named after Bert the cop and Ernie the taxi driver and Frank Capra, It's a Wonderful Life. And those are some of the things that you just didn't know. And you probably feel as if you know now. But hey, what can I tell you? I'm good. All right, who's this? Good morning, Ed. I'm doing fine. Ed, this is your moment. I'm tired of going through this with you. I just say what you got to say. I know. And you just worry about what you do. You just need to worry about what you do. Because you're the only person that has the answer for you, like me. You just worry about what you do. No, I can't help you. No, I can't help you. No, yeah, some of us can't. Some of us can't. Yeah, I ain't mad at it. But what else you got to say before I hang up on you? Well, that's up to me and me. Yeah. Okay then. One more thing before I go to my first break. Do you know when you think of a dime, right? A dime, D-I-M-E, think of a dime. Has anybody ever wondered how many ridges are on that dime? Because if you're wondering, it's 118. Okay. If you pick up a dime, you turn it sideways, you turn it on the top, on the back, and you look at around the circumference of the dime, there are 118 ridges. That way, you know you got to save it if you don't. Yeah. Now, you know what animal has the largest eye in the world? The giant squid. Okay. And do you know? And then I gotta go. We get on to some more serious stuff. Okay. Two more things. Stewardess is the longest word that is typed with only the left hand. Well, that's all I can do is put it in. And one more. The average person falls asleep in 7 minutes. You know that? Yeah, no, you know, all right, when we come back, let's talk about something else besides the Republicans can't get a house. Grown man who we paid $174,000 to, and he can tell how much extra money they get on the side, and they can't pick somebody to lead them. That is all that education up there, all them Harvards, and all them other things up there, and they can't seem to pick somebody to lead them so this country can get something done according to our Constitution. Anyway, and a couple other things. A couple other things. Well, I'll tell you about that when we get back. We'll be back. Uno momento. Okay, we're back. Good morning. Little DJ Thomas. Yeah, DJ's a good name. What else is on your mind? Okay. Now, well, let me take this phone call before I get to my main subject. I'm going to speak on now. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Good. Good. Something different. Well, unfortunately, what you say may be absolutely on point. I haven't seen. I mean, that's why everybody was so scared of Trump because, and even he got there and realized that there, there's something if you go after, them, they're gonna come after you. Yeah, gardens are closing. I would say that. I'm not really that concerned about it closing. I mean, that's a long time to be in business, and times change, people change. I had Mr. Jim Maxey up in yesterday, and I was wondering how they made it all this time, considering that nobody wants to wear clothes anymore. They gotta look good. You know? It is. Yeah. No, I have not, but somebody was telling me about it yesterday. I'll have to. Yeah, I want to see it online somewhere. Huh? Well, anyway, tell me about it. Oh, please. Don't tell me about a lynching museum. Okay. Yeah, a matter of fact, I'm looking at it. Looks like it has a lot of. Let me see. Hold on a second. Yeah. Anyway, it's got some interesting backdrop. It's got the boat thing. The boat thing is on there now. So what? I mean, the boat ramps on there now. I get people calling me all over as a what happened at the boat. Yeah. But at least I'm glad. But now let's give them credit for this though. They are at least trying to get some policemen in here. So um, I don't. It used to be, me coming up was it was the fireman thing for me. I wanted to be a fireman, um, and policeman has always been something that kids have always wanted to be. We've lost that kind of protect my the place where I live kind of attitude with some of our kids, and I think but it is the intervention of politics severely into that profession that has got a lot of people not wanting to do it. I got police officers who, I mean, you used to be one who are scared almost to do their job because not only do we got to deal with civilians, now we got to deal with the head shed because they want to be politically correct. So it's a tough. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. Yeah, it is. It is an interesting. I mean, let's see. Wait a minute. Where's that video? Here's a video right here. See what they say. Okay. Okay. This is the police. Okay. This is the Montgomery police recruiting video. So far, so good. Okay. Yeah. I can handle that. Listen, I'm going to put in an application today. Is there an age limit? Is there an age limit? That's all I know. Is there an age limit to being a policeman? Because I don't mind going down. I'll go down there and put in an application. But I am glad that they are trying to get new people in, so we can't argue about that. That's we certainly need more police officers. Again, though, policemen put up with two. Policemen sometimes got to pull up with two enemies: us, the civilians, and the people in their command structure. I don't know. It's a tough job. I think they ought to start off at least $45,000 a year, at least that much. I mean, I'm just thinking that'll get people because see that's money worth losing. Okay, but 30 grand ain't gonna cut it anymore. $32,000 ain't gonna cut it anymore. That I don't hardly buy much of anything. Anyway, especially the hassle you got to put it with us. Really, I mean, yes, I'm looking at the police stop a woman, and she says, he said, can I see your license? The woman says, I don't need a license. And the guy looked at her and said, well, why don't you need a license? Because this is not a commercial vehicle. So I can tell that's one of them sovereign citizens. And I don't really know where I stand on the sovereign citizen thing. I don't really know. I know there's rules by which you must drive and stuff like that. But yeah, she went to jail. Yeah, she went to jail. I mean, you got to have a license to drive, on the streets. I mean, now you don't have to have a license to to travel in America. You can walk, get on the bus, drive a bike, whatever the case may be. But you do need a license to drive your car. Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't know what this sovereign citizen thing is for, but there's always these people who go around America talking about I don't need this and I don't need that and I don't recognize your laws and all that stuff. Well, you don't have to recognize them, but it certainly recognizes you. I'm just saying you gotta have order. Now, 860-1440. Got a guest coming up next hour. When we come back, I've been trying to figure out how to deal with this subject because, on one hand, I support this particular group, but on the other hand, I cannot support everything they do at the moment. We'll talk about that when we come back and see what you got to say about it, okay? Because nothing happens in a vacuum anymore. Whatever happens on that side, either directly or indirectly, affects this side. What am I talking about? We'll be back.
SFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Bet Online.
Football is rolling. BetOnline.net is your number one source for all your football wagering info with up-to-the-minute stats, news, scores, and matchup breakdowns. Get the latest game odds, spreads, and totals for all football with BetOnline.net's real-time updates. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Waking up to overcast conditions and some reduced visibility when the air temperature and dew point are so close together. The atmosphere is saturated, and after all that wet weather, all surfaces are wet, so fog definitely developing as we head throughout the morning. Give yourself a little bit of extra time of that commute. No real organized rain chance, a few sprinkles, and kind of feels like it's misting for a lot of the day, but I do think we just stay overcast with some peaks of sunshine and highs near 70 later this afternoon. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. So far, so good. One minor accident's been reported 65 north down at Fairview Avenue. It's not really causing any problems or slowdowns through that area, but be advised. Outside of that, we're looking good. No big reasons for you to take an alternate route. Keep listening, and we will keep you posted. Haynes Ambulance is there for you both on the ground and in the air. From the civil patient transport to life and death situations, Haynes is ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Research shows that successful ad campaigns share 8 characteristics. Radio is the only local media option that delivers all 8 of them. Radio reaches your potential customers close to the point of purchase. It provides local consumer interactions with emotional connections that build trust and credibility for your business. Radio is unskippable and quick. You get your message out in 24 to 48 hours, and radio is very affordable. That's why radio consistently gives you the highest return on investment, and it's also why it should always be your base media buy. Research also confirms that marketing campaigns generate even higher returns, starting at a 19% lift when they are on more than one platform. That's why Cumulus offers a variety of effective digital solutions to enhance your base radio buy. At Cumulus, we are your one-stop shop to deliver a coordinated radio and digital campaign that will get your business results.
That's exactly millions of Americans rinse out their noses every day, just like President Elkins. Most of them agree without you never want to be right. That's why so many results thousands online reviews. All different for your thoughts. In less than a minute a day, you can immediately and consider all of you after the very first use. Navage will also help you sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier, naturally, without drugs. Start breathing clearly again with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Hey folks, this is Kathy Wolf from American Oak and More. This is your special invitation to our biggest sale of the year. For a limited time, get up to 50% off the top tax price on everything in American Oak and More's inventory and special orders. Plus, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's up to 50% off on living room, dining room, bedroom, home office, and outdoor. Plus, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Hurry, so let's soon. Includes mattresses, accessories, and cookies.
Other than that, over 30 years. You don't pay the same money, don't pay the same place. Shop Amish Direct at American Oak and More.
What is Amish Direct?
Furniture built to last and designed to inspire.
We set up partnerships with Amish shops in Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania.
By having these partnerships directly with these Amish families, we can offer custom-made items, heirloom quality, up to 70% off retail prices.
Outdoor furniture that is guaranteed to last for decades with little or no maintenance.
Bedroom suites, table and chairs, occasional tables, and much more.
Come see the Lake Martin Appropriate Table.
Amish Direct at American Oak and More.
Tickets for the 13th annual Riverwalk Wine Festival are on sale. Don't miss the live band, food vendors, and wine tasting at the Union Station Train Shed on Friday, October 13th, featuring the state's top wine importers and distributors. Must be 21 to purchase a ticket. Chairs, blankets, and pets are welcome. It's the 13th annual Riverwalk Wine Festival on Friday, October 13th at the Union Station Train Shed. For ticket information, visit montgomeryal.gov.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
And we are back. Now, I know I'm not going to have enough time to actually digest, for you to digest this, but I have to ask the questions because it bothers me a little. Not a, and again, first of all, let me say that I know nothing about the culture of Israel except what the Bible tells us. I know nothing about. Matter of fact, that's one part of the world I've actually never been in. I wanted to go see the pyramids actually. One of the few parts where I've never even been in. I'd like to go one of these days when everything cools off. But does anybody but me have a problem? And again, I support Israel. Everybody has a right to survive and be left alone without bombs coming all in their missiles coming out in their thing. But there have been a few questions asked about that. But one of the things I certainly am not in agreement with is making millions of people leave their home to go after to let me put it this way. In the Star Trek movie, and I don't know if this is the car. I think this may have come from Karl Marx. I'm not sure exactly where the statement came from. Do the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one or the few? And my problem is that to make people leave their homes where they know nothing, where they have nothing, it's already tough over there as it is. And you warn them, that's cool. Being warned is good, but that doesn't give me a place to go. Where am I going to go? Where are these people going to go? I mean, and I like Netanyahu. At least I think I do. But this is a decision that I'm just not comfortable with. And nobody asked me, and that's good. And again, I all I know is that there are many things I don't know about that part of the world. I don't understand Islam. I don't understand some of the things that they believe in. They probably don't understand some things we believe in. But am I the only person that finds it very difficult to digest making millions of people leave their homes? I mean, everybody over there is not Hamas. Okay, everybody. I don't understand that. I mean, why don't we just send the Green Berets or the Rangers or somebody in there to take them out if that's what we got to do? But to uproot a generation of people, a couple generations of people, and tell them you must go find some place. We don't care where you go, but we coming for this place. I don't know. I don't know the culture. I don't know really the belief system, but I do know humanitarianism. When I see it, I do know when doing people somewhat wrong. And again, I admit that there are a lot of things about this stuff I don't know, had never cared about. I don't live over there, so it didn't bother me. But here's the question I asked: and they've already said there's going to be a day of jihad across today. Are we helping the situation over there? Is Netanyahu helping the situation over there, or making it dangerous for the rest of us in the world? That I do not know. Again, I don't know anything about that place. Never have really cared. All I know is the Bible tells us that the Jews are God's chosen people, and therefore I think we have a moral obligation to support them on a humanistic level, but not. I cannot, and nobody cares what I think. And I got that part. I was told that. I know that. But what if somebody came into Montgomery and said, because we got three crooks loose, we ask everybody to leave their house in Montgomery, and we don't know where you're gonna go, but we're gonna take care of things. I would find that again, I don't understand the nuances of that part of the world. To me, from the outside looking in, it looks like a place of constant chaos and rebellion. Constant. Israel has a right to exist, but don't the other people have a right to exist too? I mean, doesn't everybody as a human being have a right to exist? Do they have a right to exist without having their homes either blown up or torn? And I understand Israel's. I understand. You attack my country. You do what you got. I understand. But all the people over there did not do that. I don't know. It's a tough. I'm glad I'm not the guy in power that had to make that decision. Good morning on there. Pretty good. Well, again, I got a bunch of texts here that says that because yeah, I mean, some people are saying it's a war. I understand that we bombed Japan. We did, and listen, I've always been uncomfortable with us bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki, killing lots of people. Yeah, 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 but yeah, yeah. Hey, appreciate it. I just wonder if I was the only one thinking that way. I understand it's a war, but that's no excuse for everything. Lieutenant Calley saw that in Vietnam. Good morning. Yes. How you doing there, Sergeant? Okay. Mhm. But now they paid for that land. I mean, Israel in 1948. Well, then let me ask you a question. Does anybody really own any land? Hell, it was here before we got here. Again. I'm glad I'm not in a position to have to make those decisions. I don't understand that part of the world, but we're not Jewish people, we're not Christians. You know, We're Christian, right? But they're not. But Jewish people are not Christian. Oh, well, and then those and well, and again, there's an argument to be made that, like somebody just texted me and said, well, according to what we see in the newspaper, stuff like that, Israel didn't start this. Yeah, yeah. I appreciate it. I just, you cannot be an American though and think that this is fair play. At least not in my eyes. Good morning. Pretty good. How you? Right. Yeah. 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 It is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 And listen, philosophically, I understand that, but in a pragmatic sense, it just seems a little bit of overkill to make everybody put everybody's life in jeopardy. And it's going to be like the UN said, it's going to be humanitarian crisis of biblical proportionality. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. Well, that's true. That's true. We didn't. But is the war right? But is the war against the people, or is it against an ideology or an ideology? And if it's against an ideology, dispersing all those people won't change. As a matter of fact, it may come back to haunt us even worse. Mm, yeah. Okay. Well, let's hope nobody. Let's hope nobody takes that attitude against us. Because we, yeah, yeah, they did. Yeah, 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 yeah. Civilians. Yeah, yeah. But that group was not a military force. I mean, they were militant, but not military. Well, I guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess. Yeah. But tell me, right. But just give me right. But just give me some hope where in your heart you do feel some sorrow for people that are caught in the between. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's. I mean, and again, it's easy. And I hear you. easy to reach that conclusion set in the warm bunkers of America. Yeah, and I feel you. And somebody paid for this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 I hear you. It's a tough. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Certainly good. Yeah. All right. Hey, appreciate it. We'll be back. One more hour. We're gonna make it.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, after meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Tel Aviv, it comes on the heels of Israel's order for 1 million people, even more, to evacuate northern Gaza within 24 hours ahead of the grounding meeting. Correspondent in Tehran.
Many Palestinians were still refusing to leave their houses. That's because a lot of the people in Gaza are descendants of those who were expelled from their homes during the creation of Israel. They say that the imagine the home once, not the road again, not what I want.
What we talking about?
Oh, okay. It's about housing for we have a program that notice to get people housing more this program.
So what about the white community? They don't live in house?
Okay, but okay, yeah, but yeah. And black college, letting people talk.
Yeah. Black folks sometimes they can't do that. Well,
the problem is there's minority home ownership gap. So, I mean, we have to treat it like that.
But why is it a home gap?
Between you and me, there's underlying issues. I think a home ownership gap is the result of other underlying. I agree with that. Say, credit management, business management, education, all of that. And then if you get out of it, it's a home.
Owning a home is overrated.
Yes. Okay. Before the home.
You gotta pay taxes, you gotta fix the roof, you gotta fix
But
the
you know what it's
plumbing.
about? You know what it's about? You know what it's
What's
about?
it about?
Generation what? Like, for example, when people, when you die, to actually pass a home on to the kid, it doesn't
It's gonna cost them money.
Well, at the very least, let's say you pass a home worth 200,000 paid for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got.
Okay, a place to stay for the family.
You got a place to stay.
And
Right.
that house costs you. That house
But it doesn't matter.
costs you
It's
much,
still gonna cost
much
you
money.
not as much. The $40,000 loan today is 8%. Yeah, so 8% makes you talking lifetime. It's almost up to $400,000. Imagine passing that on, and you still got Biden in office. You know they got.
But therefore,
it's 15%.
But and again, the external factors here. Okay, $100,000 house. It costs
because of inflation and things of this nature.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a hard aspect. So when you die, you pass on a hard aspect. You pass it.
I'm worried about living where I'm living right now.
But that's what I'm saying. Imagine if even if you got the house and it's worth $200 and you say I want to sell it. Even after that, let's say after everything, you get $120,000.
And how much money? Yeah, okay. How much money you done put in it?
You understand? You didn't put it in it. You passed it on to your kids.
No. But how much money have I with the repairs and the upkeep?
You don't understand. What I'm saying is, even if you sold it, it's still cash. You know what I'm saying?
Won't give you enough to buy another house.
You don't make some income. They become the liberals and support.
Did you give the guy?
Oh yeah, what's the number? What's the number?
Yeah. I don't want to go the whole hour.
Yeah, I think it was good. 323.
I knew in
0042.
teenagers to sign up to serve.
Tell them to call it 15 hours.
The signing ceremony is announced what college they're going to attend. In this case, though, new recruits announce they're joining
About 15 minutes. I'm just going to put an additional commercial in there. That way when we talk, we just talk to the teams and
Oh, you got my email?
No.
I'll look at your thing, right?
Yeah.
I rewrote this.
I'm good.
Listen, I use all those things. I know. I think what you had, rewrote it. So you got a better mission statement.
But what do you think about the concept?
I think concept's good, but I'm thinking there's a whole lot of, you got the commander.
Yeah, but that's just those.
Here's what I think. Now you and me, I look at our men, so I think about my Marine Corps days.
Right.
But here's the thing. This is a lot of work, man. I'm looking at man, what the freak?
But here's the deal, though. It's a way to put the college environment, old school military guys together to do what we always do.
Okay, so another thing, what is it that they're going to do?
We are community branch. In other words, we put, just like any other stuff, we put 4 kids with. Once a week, that they must contact them. He must contact all of his. Once a week, telephonically.
So this is almost like big
something like that, telephonically or face to face or even there must be, and that record must be kept. Okay, and I'm trying to get into a program, a computer program written for it, because that way, let's say this child gets in trouble. Well, we can show a line of communication and a line of activity that this is just a wagon, but he primarily is a good child.
Are you going to do anything for them to do?
Yeah. Like, that's how I'm trying to get the money. And basically, we're going to give them ID cards. An ID card looks like military cards. And I've talked to a few businesses in town about if they come in here with this card, they get a little discount on things.
Are you going to require them to do? I saw community things like grass.
Yeah. Well, folks, and it's a fortune for the regional investment done. Rather than sending these kids to let us deal with our, I think we call it the justice, the little YLC Council of Justice. Let them deal with that. So that old people need help. There are people right here that can do things for themselves in the summertime when it's hot as crap.
Okay, so as a kid, I mean, that ain't enough. Whatever.
See, that ain't enough for you because you don't like it. Here's a stipend.
Like programs and kids that are successful that meet a certain minimum. Are they gonna have like projects? In other words, you got to put together a project like that.
Right. And that's what we're gonna do.
That's the kind of stuff you need to put together.
Yeah, but it just, I don't want to get that.
Because I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, this is good, man. These things are gonna take the world. Oh, it's work. I'm like,
it is work. But it's work for people who are not working. A military goes get a check every day. They got leadership.
I can weed out. That's pedophile. You
can't be
First thing you gotta do is you gotta have background check. They come up on man, like they did in California. I was doing Montgomery. Whenever you gotta do something good, first thing you gotta do is put the thumb in. You run a background check.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm looking at, well, I think you get most of it with reasons, like you say, with businesses.
But and the deal is we are planning like upward bound gives these kids about $40 a month, $20 a week, which ain't a whole lot of money, but bro, it's something in your pocket.
You can automate that money, man. Assume they meet some kind of minimum. Yeah. If their app, you do an app, they meet the minimum, stuff like that. You can probably get them like IT online. So what you do is you get some people to teach them, some coding or something like that online. So at least every kid will come out with a certification.
But one of the reasons I wanted to put colleges, if a member of your little group has a college school and you are a college student, you should be able to help. There's no reason.
Well, I tell you what, yeah, they need that right now.
Yeah, but I said there's no reason in the world why their parents should have to pay the tutor if they're in our program, the kid who's his leader is a college student.
Mm-hmm.
So what if he can help high school students, he probably don't need to be in college.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with online now, man, YouTube and all these, all you got to do is find the proper resources for that person to it's a labor. It's
I'm saying, I look at coordination, yeah. All of that management. Yeah, I'm looking like, oh, yeah. I see right Michigan. I wrote Michigan. That's the Michigan thing was like, it was all jumbled together. I said, man.
Listen, I'm not a writer. You can tell.
I said, you like this. Oh, yeah. I said,
but the concept, we put colleges, it's a homeschool community. We take all of those three aspects of people's lives and try to merge them together.
See, that like you said, you're right. You mentioned home,
school, community.
School, community. For example, home, you got these single mothers, man. See, hey, I need to pick my son up. I got to drop here. I got to take, stuff like that. You might have to you got to put in maybe some kind of network of it's all kinds of stuff, man.
It's an interesting concept, and I probably won't get it all the way done in my lifetime.
I'm telling you how you get paid. Get paid. City man. They need stuff picked up, so what you do is you get your kid once a month, pick it up and
get the kid right.
And then the city council can then pay them kids, so much per hour. I mean, to go for the kids, go pick, because then they can go.
It's a lot of work involved in it.
I'm trying to figure out how you get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, city needs stuff, state needs stuff, county needs stuff. No. What I'm saying is, when I say get paid, you can get a job working. They can do because you're sick. Well, that's raising money. So what I'm saying is, in exchange for services.
Right.
In other words, they need services. You get the kids involved in these services, and then also,
and as a
discipline showing up, and then at the same time, you can get them to go to work with some people who say, hey, man, today they're going to be at this. Kids going to come out mechanic work. So, they can visit colleges. There's all kinds of stuff that they can do.
Yeah.
So that's how our college is.
Yeah. Well, that's why I want you on the board.
You know what I do? I mean, like, you gotta get done by February.
This gonna take a.
Yeah, I'm looking like, I know I saw 100 people. I'm like, man, we go to this. You know,
and what we do is every 90 days there must be a combined group.
Okay, so is this worldwide?
No, we just okay. We're talking about no more than
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to work 16 years. Yeah, you got to work about the teams and all that stuff. And
that way you get 16 years in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Weekend.
That's four squads. We're gonna call it something else, right? 4 squads, 1 squad leader, and that squad leader, the upper on that chain, that organizational chart, all the rest of the people up here, it's to support. It's like me. It's to support Let's go out leader and his kids.
Yeah, exactly. So Rodney got you out there too.
Yeah.
You got to commit. People are body. That's enough somewhere too. Go cut grass.
Did you guys got a phone? Okay, we are back. Let me take one more this last call. Then I got a guest in the studio. And good morning. Who's this? Hey, Steve. I got another Marine in here too. Hoorah, hoorah. Yeah. And I hear you. I know, yeah. I know. But let me ask you something. If we become like our enemy, if that's make it any better. Mm-hmm. No, we didn't. Right, right, right. No, no. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, listen, but let me ask you something. Where does a million people go in 24 hours? Okay, okay. Okay. Mm. I hear you, but again now, again, it's nice to say that when you said that we in the good old USA going down and pick a brand new car. Okay, I got you. Yeah, yeah. Stand by, stand by. All right, appreciate it. I guess, okay, let's see. I guess on the phone, we got William Green, former city councilman, and just an outright nice guy, even though he wasn't on me. And on the phone, we got Alan.
Colin.
Alan. Colleen. Yeah, Alan, are you there? Fine, fine. Where you calling us from? Okay, I hope you don't get carjacked. You know. So what are we talking about this morning for a few minutes? What are we talking about? Mm. Let me ask you a question. If I understand years ago, home ownership was a kind of upward mobility. Given where we are in America right now economically, is that in your mind? Is that still the signature piece of upward mobility? Interesting. I've owned a couple of houses and an interesting experience. But okay, let me ask you: is there any program? Because it's like small business, when people come to town, SBA, money, 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 and we understand everybody. We need access to capital. Is there any government program that helps on that interest rate? Because that's the thing that keeps a lot of us out of the house is the interest rate, and which is the payment. Is there any program that allows us to, let's say, maybe 2 points down if we first time homeowners? Is there 2 point deduction on interest rate? Is there any program because that would truly help people be able to afford to stay in their house? It's all about the payment. And so, is there anything out there, or am I subject to the same, as the first time owner, still subject to the same nuances that everybody else is? Mhm. Right. That's rural. That's a rural. That's a rural home, and I believe there's nothing wrong with having a rural ownership in housing, rather than be all clustered in the city. Somehow, that we get magnetized to staying inside the city, where our best deals are outside the city. Of course, you got to have dependable transportation to Walmart, or something like that. But why do you think? I mean, so do you believe there is a stigma uh, that's self that is self what do we call when people, yeah, that is self fulfilling sometimes, and because credit, my friend, is a big deal in getting a house. So what are some of the cultural things that you see that I don't believe, not just me, I don't believe it's always color. It may be, credit. You need credit. You don't even have to feel it's heavy deep. Isn't that the big impediment of getting out? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And listen, some of the questions I asked, having lived on Earth for a few years, uh, I can see lots of things sometimes with external factors for when it really is. And this is one reason why I think your conclusion will probably be good. We need to get people. If you're 60 years old, you figure this stuff out by now. Don't even worry about it. Okay? But if you're young, you're in your 20s or 30s, you that in order to live good in your 40s, you got to do a lot of right things in your 30s. Okay, and you're right in 20. You need to do it now. But I got to tell you, if we all America gives free school, math is not that complicated. 1 plus 1 most of the time equals 2. Sometimes it doesn't. But economics, spend less money than you make. I mean, and pay your house note first and your light bill. So what good is the house if you think it's not in it? Yeah. I'm just saying, aren't there just some common sense things? And let me ask them, if people cannot understand that concept, my question to you is, do they need to own that? It, right. Are there any programs that help people with their down payment? I mean, if you vet, I understand that. But are there any programs that help folks with their down payment so they can get into a house? Okay. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Just to make a point here, I went to a bank one day and said, I want to buy a house. And they looked at my credit, then they looked at me, then they looked back at the credit. They told me they couldn't help me. But on the way out the door, that same person who told me they could not help me buy a house, you know what they told me? We'll finance your car. And I looked at the guy and said, wait a minute, your car could be in Seattle in 3 days, you never see it again. That house I'm trying to get from here, the same block, is always on. So why do you believe that people want to loan a brother of money on a car but not a house? And look out for this. But again, they're in the business of making money, and I understand that. So next Sunday, that's not this coming Sunday. Okay. And you're gonna be at the okay. Kyle Cersei's church over there, House of Worship, and William Green goes, you go right there. No? Yep. Okay. And so we're gonna talk to folks about owning a home, the responsibility as well as the advantages of owning a home. At least you don't have nobody upstairs, beating the old lady, and you listening to it in the apartment complex. I don't know where you live. You got to knock on the wall saying, can you be quiet, please? But I appreciate you coming to town. And what's the name of your organization again? Okay, got a website? Okay, now Americans are only like 15-minute memory, so make sure y'all give us a call the week of this event, and so we can just put it back out there again. Not today, we just merely wetting lips with information. But we got sometimes we got to put water in their face, just to make sure they got this.
Okay, so that means so we will talk again. Thank you so much. And listen, be safe in Washington, D.C. It's amazing. A country, a city that's got the FBI, CIA, NSA, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines up the street, always somebody getting carjacked. Uh, I can't understand. Yes, we do. All right. And so you're gonna be you're gonna be part of the
Yeah, part of the program. I'll be introducing Colin there at the program. It's great.
Who got you doing that? You always have done things. The people who voted you you always done things so like this to try to inform people to better their lives.
Well, I've been blessed to involved with a lot of organizations, like Turkey Coach Foundation. They get me involved with military, like that. And a lot of that is basically, use it in a certain type of business that don't have any problems with now to bring opportunities to people. Always want to help people, always lead the best, want to do well and serve other people.
I know you love this organization, and I kind of like it. I love it like you. But
Hey, you know what the Bible say, man?
What is that?
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
No. I just think don't be one.
Hey, you know what? Actually, like I said, there's going to be a time and a place for things like that. You need to get involved. I think you need to put your soul in this political experiment. It sucks you up. Not only just you, it's everybody. Because they got to defend yourself. And right now, like I said, most recently, same thing with Christianity. The Bible says you need to be ready to give them a reason for your faith.
Yeah.
And so, yes. So that's the thing. So yeah, right now, like I said, I'm just concentrating on God, the Father, strengthening myself in that area. So it's been the past few years, last year or two, been very interesting. As you know, you didn't really hear from me after my last round. I kind of say I had a lot of help. I realized that you in politics, I didn't see it. I got out of that. I got a city council, I ran for the Senate. I mean, things were pretty bad. And it took me almost a year just to get myself together. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm an Aryan. I was not very, very, very bad. Things started shut down. I was keeping going. I mean, he got things ahead. So they was this same issue with Deion Sanders. I don't want to go through out. I had when you're diabetic, my wounds really. Yes, as bad as I was. The wounds don't heal. I had to heal my foot. And it got so bad, the hole went from the bottom all the way to the top. I was getting ready to go to the gym anyway. My wife saw my foot, and she lost it.
You didn't feel it?
No, because the one thing is the rocking.
Right.
So what happens is you lose feelings in your toes, right? So it got pretty bad. And
check my toes.
It's just me. I still run down a court with them. I'm 60, and I still play ball with 20-year-olds. So I'm thinking I'm Superman, right? Lift weights every day. I'm feeling good, looking good, but my Superman that's down. So I think, like I said, being in politics, it takes a lot. And I'm an entrepreneur. I own my own company. And when you're in politics, you have to shut everything down. I mean, you're doing it right.
You're doing it right. So, who's this phone call? Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning, sir. Sorry to hear that.
That sounds good.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. All right. Appreciate it. Brother, I got three. I got 2 more calls. You know, yeah. Yeah. I understand. No, I don't think you are. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. 860-1440 is the number. 8:36 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning, sir. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you. Well, unfortunately, it's ironic you mentioned public service. I think people don't want public service. I think people want teams. It's the attitude and the approach. I think when I was there, not once again, not to speak bad about me on what I'm saying is I try to be available, radio, about twice a month, everywhere. I showed up everywhere, tried to do programs. I tried to do what I thought people were asking for. We have a lot of people complaining and saying, hey, I want this, I want that. So that's what I was trying to be. But I think people like to see their councilman or politician come in, walk like he's better than everyone, and then they complain because that's what they want. It's like it's a relationship. People want teams and they don't want service. That's what they don't want. If I'm never in, the only way I know how to do is to do nothing but serve the people. I can't do anything else. I can't. It's just not in me to be an individual that in other words, think I'm better than everyone. But unfortunately, that's what politicians are now. They're teams and they don't try to serve the people. They should be public servants, but they're not. Yeah, well, like I said, it takes a lot to actually be a city councilman. But like I said, I understand. I would say just keep calling them and trying to get him to actually take care of that.
I guess I'm wondering sometimes, well, give me the final analysis of what happened with the item that you were in front of city council.
Okay, so what happened is that okay, so I, as you know, was pushing the city to make independent the Christian heritage. Out of that, or out of fear of getting, having everybody, off or who has to so they decided to put forth an ordinance, basically called a new neutrality. So that was number 4, and I was number 5. I started a month ago. So that was number 4, and I was number 5. So they passed neutrality ordinance, right? So therefore, there was, with the neutrality ordinance, there was no way I could. So basically, neutrality ordinance is they will not anywhere on city property. As you know, they do the flags, they do other flags, not on just city flags, but they have 3 down there. So they passed the ordinance before they say, okay, you just have to understand these flags. But that wasn't extensive enough, so Brandon Lyons put one said he won't fly any city not just they passed that.
Wasn't that sort of manipulative because they could have made you number 4?
Well, even if that made me number 4, you didn't pass my 5. Number 5 then would have been with the council. Yeah, but even if they passed my 5, 5 is not the law. And then in November, I'm trying to find a back. I was violating 5. So we need to get that at that time straight first. And so it does not include other things, like paintings you have around the fountain right outside. They Brantley tried to include stuff like that too, but they didn't want to include that. As a matter of fact, somebody accused. I don't want to get into it, but so that's what we are.
Somebody accused somebody of doing what?
No comment.
Are you Marine or what?
Somebody accused somebody of racism because of a certain thing they want to remove. However, once again, it was unfortunate. I really, my objective was to basically look at Jesus and not to really make a point. And I thought that the city could have definitely benefited from looking at the name of Jesus and bringing everyone together, particularly in this day and age where people are screaming World War III. We don't know what's going on. It would have been great for the city to come together in November to pray, not just for the city, but and to lead the way and show the rest of the world how we could, stand on Jesus in this time of need, which is uncertain right now. I mean, a lot of things. I don't speak it up, but there is a certain organization that calling on their people to do all kinds of things all over the world today. So, we just don't know what's going on. I really wanted that much to be the Christian.
Well, as usual, thank you for coming up. And I got to take my last break. We can have to the end of an hour. And we can,
well, we've got what, like 15 minutes?
Yeah. All right. Let's take a break. Whitney Green. My numbers are 860-1440. You can text 419-9998 if you don't want to.
I mean, I appreciate you on the You all right. I lost. I realized that we don't want to start.
I guess that's why athletes real people make look.
But you look at athletes I can see why can generate one event 30 million views and almost competing and all. I can see them like, for me, what do we not? We bring something to the politicians. Most of them are out there trying to work the system so they can get paid. They work the backroom deals. And then when you look at the results of their policy, I think at the end of the 4 years, you should grade them. And based off the grade that they get, based off performance, they shouldn't be allowed to run again. So basically, you disqualified because your running, your what you've done directly resulted in that good simplicity. That's what I like. And then if you qualify, then you can sit there and you put your grade. You know about it. Here's what he did. Here's how you volunteer. Here's what you have. You got an A. This dude we got an F, a failing grade. He's no longer allowed to go to Ghana. I don't care how much you like him, what he looks like, how smooth he is, how well he's dressed, how straight his teeth is, how nice his hair is. Because that's what they do. You know, if you come in and you stirring up racial hatred, dividing everybody, screaming this and that and the other, you know, that to me is only for the strike. You know, look at that Robert Plant. I don't know, I think the one thing he did ever. But that man, whenever he came to racist, and he was standing up there, he got a bunch of people behind him, and he's still racist. Oh, I like that. Every election cycle, I like that at home. That side, man, he was going down like it's like a school, every single thing. I can name one program that he implemented that helped the black people. You know, the at home was a giant.
But I kind of did say something because it ain't what you get past, it's what you stop. And he stopped a lot of things from coming up because of
And the thing is, too, at the same time, I can take it back by him. When he came up, it was different. You know, he was about maybe 20 years older than me, so maybe more. You're talking to 40, the things he saw. But what I saw was that by the time we got in the 80s and the 90s, there was opportunity, but he only knew one thing, and that's what he stuck to. And I thought it stopped us from getting past the state. And I think in a lot of ways, mentally, the black community is still in the 60s. You know, somebody did a thing once, man, where it was goldfish. They put a glass between him and the food. And over here, he couldn't get to the food. Then they lifted the glass up. He's swimming in food, right? They goldfish started them. He was swimming in all the food there. They put the food in, but he was programmed that he couldn't get it. Even though he could see it, he thought he couldn't get it. That's the same thing with us. It was lifted up, but we got people that's swimming in opportunity that can't see it. You can take another fish, those fish, drop them in there, and the same thing. That goldfish would have survived. You got pet by the other one over there was caught. And that's exactly what's happened. We don't see the opportunity. You drop a person over here making 6 years old, and say, what? I get free schools. That same person will take advantage of it and become a doctor. You got a black kid over here 6 years old. He's been told that he can't survive no matter what. You got your parents being that, telling these black kids that they can't survive. That they being home. You know? So you program about kids over in America. These kids are seeking about hope, seeking about opportunity. So, and you take all the millions of people in march across the or all of them, so really will come in and take advantage of the opportunities that they have. When you watch in a few years, one generation, them kids going to be just like this, and that kid is going to be worse. So look what we're becoming. Look what we tell them. Look what we tell our kids. There's systemic racism, whites, what they call white supremacy, you know, and our kids don't even believe that they can succeed. So why even try? Why go to school when you already know you're going to wind up in jail because they tell you? We're discouraging our kids and we're confusing the rest of them. Oh, you can choose your gender.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, that one right there. Interesting.
I appreciate you having me on, man.
And again, we need to spend more time just on the weekend.
Yes.
Right.
I'll try to get back. About 15.
All right. And good morning, everybody. Well, we started off the show talking about what's going on in Israel. You know, absolutely one certain things I don't really understand that part of the world and philosophy. I just believe, and I know the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. They killed 200 people. And 1,500 men still in Arizona underneath the oil. They say on certain times of the year, if you stand over there in the middle, in the midst of the night, you'll see the wisdom that one, that cool night. I didn't want to see it. So when I was over there, I just only poured out. I guess there's some, I guess people can reconcile themselves. Sometimes people, yeah, I don't succumb to that philosophy, although I know that those things happen. This thing has the possibility of affecting people.
Yeah, I mean, it's parallel control. I mean, with the Hamas threatening to open up new fronts. I mean, people have no choice but to respond. But I look at it like this: when we attacked at Pearl Harbor, right, and and maybe Japanese, the Japan is maybe facilitating and aiding their enemies, so therefore they thought it would be best to attack us. Nobody could have come to us after 9/11 Pearl Harbor and say, "Hey, stand up." At this particular point, what Hamas did to Israel, at this particular point, it would be great if they would retaliate or maybe but you can't at this point. Whatever happens, and unfortunately, people get caught up. And I believe there are going to be some innocent folks on both sides.
Good morning, on air. Yes.
I don't think Palestine existed back then. I think if anything else, that was a land given to the Jews by Jesus. At that point, he didn't give anything to Palestine. So, I mean, Palestine didn't exist. It may exist today, but back in that time. But Palestine, I don't think existed back then. Yeah, I figured out. Yeah, 'cause I was looking at the map the other day, and I was looking at the promised land, and the promised land at that particular point, even though Palestine is there now, and even at that time, even though other people may occupy it, Jesus still at that point, I gave all of that land to Jews. So yeah, I think, and it was, as you know, it was occupied by people at that time, but that was the promised land. So you can look at it that way. But Jesus is God. That's what I'm saying. Now we're talking about the Trinity. Jesus is God. So, but no. I mean, so now we got to understand who Jesus was. Jesus was God incarnate.
If Jesus was God, then who was God?
They're the same. Those three one. We have three to bear record in heaven. Yeah, doing it. Yes, he does. He's God in the entire world.
Well, listen, I'm running out of time. Let me get this other. Let me get the call because I need to know that philosophical.
Yeah.
Good morning, on air.
Good morning, sir.
Did I talk to you once a day already? Okay, we do that. So you really believe it? So when God spoke to Kevin when he was being baptized and said, "This is my son, my will." So that's one entity. Talk about another entity. We believe they're the same one.
Yes, I believe in the Trinity. There's three direct in heaven.
Now, is there anywhere in the Bible where it says Trinity?
No, it doesn't, but it's just I mean, that's
so it's a theory.
No.
Lots of it.
For example, there's nothing in the Bible that talks about a car. The word car is not in the Bible, and you want to get more specific. The word homosexuality is not in the Bible, but nevertheless, that's what we see.
But it does say to men and women.
Yes, but what I'm saying is there's a term that we use today in American English, or Latin or whatever, that didn't exist then. So the Trinity, not in the Bible, but nevertheless, that concept of the Trinity. It's not a philosophy, but it's actually a reality of the Trinity.
I believe it's three.
It's separate.
Yeah. Good morning over there.
Come on.
Yeah, almost got me. All right, then. Anyway, 8601. Anyway, but there. Okay, what about in the Bible says no man goes to the Father but by me?
Yeah.
So again, it's two entities.
No.
Okay, now that so when he says no man goes to the Father but through me.
All right, okay, so what do you mean?
What do you mean? You want to tell me what he meant?
I'm gonna tell you. For example, Jesus came down here and he died for our sins.
I got that part.
So once he became sacrifice for our sins, he became sacrifices all the time. Blood sacrifice. So when he died, you go.
So God died.
Jesus died, and then in 3 days he was
Jesus wasn't God, because
yes, he was.
God don't die.
No, he was God. And
but you said he died.
You don't understand. The physical death of the body, he never really died. He just simply, you understand, we don't die. We're going to spend eternity elsewhere. What it is, this physical body, it will die. And we're going to spend eternity either in heaven or hell.
But if Jesus died and
we never
Thursday,
died.
That's what it said.
The body, the physical body died. He never died. Okay, you understand? No, he never died.
Okay.
The physical body died, and then 3 days later, the physical body was risen again.
And it's specifically physical body.
And dwelt among us. The Bible says that. I'm talking about the flesh. The flesh died. And then he rose again.
So he was not God when he died.
He was God always. He's always God.
God can't die.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you.
The Bible says that Jesus died.
The flesh died. That was what was okay. I like you. I like you.
I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe he died for our sins, so that we may have but I believe he is perfect from God.
Yeah, well,
I believe he's created by God.
I believe you.
I've been the first John.
Oh, you know that?
Yeah, I know that. But again, I think God's word can become anything he wants them to do. Did he not speak to the earth into existence? Okay. We talk about internet. Spring college, what you want to know.
Oh yeah, I did.
Anyway, you can call us next week and talk about this thing, because a lot of folks need to figure out how to. I think Dave Nancy said that if you live like nobody today, you can live like nobody. So,
real quick, man, I really appreciate you allowing me on the show, man.
Anyway, our time's up. We'll see you Monday. Give them a chance to say, don't forget to go to church on Sunday. Pray for everybody. Pray for the world. And pray for people.
Hey, who's your on the show, man? Going off with everybody. Who's on the show yesterday?
So they got this whole thing about.
Yeah. I told my daughter to stay in the house. She's in Seattle.